So Gary Neville's been speaking about Mohamed Salah and him talking to the media. And weirdly, former United players are being more backing of Mo than Carra, who I still don't understand why he threw his toys out of the pram about Salah. Jamie Carragher, I think that was just the wrong stance. But Gary Neville, speaking about him, said he's applying a bit of pressure to FSG, which means the fans will do the same. Salah's doing a brilliant job on and off the pitch. So, whoever you want to blame in all of this, to me, again, the fact that we've let it get here is more concerning to me than whether I want to blame Salah or whether I think he's greedy or any of this other stuff. I just think the fact they've allowed this to talk or to happen is just nonsense to get to this point. Jojo said Carra is rubbish. Do you know what? I just don't get the stance from Carra. I really just don't get it one bit. He really seemed to... it's not just one comment from Carra that's bugged me. It's the whole him going on social media, having a pop at Salah fanboys, and then having a pop at Liverpool fan accounts who are, saying to Carragher, come on now, mate, that's a bit hypocritical, blah, 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 whatever. I just don't get the need for it. I don't want to say this, but I feel like I have to. He feels like a job's worth now at Sky, to me, Carragher, and he doesn't do enough of what Neville does, which is really back Liverpool. Neville backs United and calls them out when they need to, but I don't see how Carra on this one has come to that conclusion, that it's Salah being greedy. If Salah wants to talk to the media, that's up to him. If he wants to go and feel like he needs to put the pressure on, that's up to him. So... yeah, wrong take from me from Carra. And he's gone down in my estimation a lot because of that. Not that it matters one jot to Jamie Carragher, he's got a good life and, good job and all that stuff. But as a Liverpool fan, I'm feeling a little bit confused at why he's going in on Mo. Eddie, how are you, mate? Eddie Cox-Wilkins, always lovely to see you in, my friend. Eddie said, players shouldn't hold Liverpool to ransom. I don't think anyone's trying to hold them to ransom as much. Everybody's entitled to ask for the best that they can get. And ultimately, the club will have a number, Eddie. And if the club don't like the number and don't agree with the number, then I guess the club will stand their ground. But I don't think anyone's trying to hold them to ransom. Yeah. The one, I'm going to be honest. The Trent one sticks in my throat over all of this, Eddie. And if we were to put that label at one player, I'd put it at Trent. Because Salah wants to just finish his career at a club that he's done well in. Same with Virgil. With Trent, it feels like he knows this is a moment that he can get paid. Because it can't be about Liverpool going in the right direction, because we are. Can't be about the new manager, because he's great. So if we're saying somebody's maybe holding the club, not to ransom, but somebody's pushing here, I think it's probably Trent. But again, that's his prerogative to do that. He has to look after his own best interests as well. LFC said, I feel so sorry for Salah for the penalty miss. Do you think it has to do with the contract extension? No. I don't feel sorry for him at all. It was a well-struck penalty. We're talking, tiny margins here. For me, it would have been worse if he'd skied it or it was weakly hit straight at the keeper. Everything about that was almost perfect. He had the keeper fooled, going the wrong way. He was just trying to be so perfect with it. Just clips the post. Honestly, you could see when he even smiled afterwards. He didn't do too much wrong with that. So, no, I wouldn't be worrying about him with that at all. Do I agree with Carra's comment about Salah coming out publicly? No. I very much disagree with Carra on it. I can understand where he's coming from, but I don't like how he's gone about it, Jamie Carragher. That one comment about, I think it's being a bit selfish. Okay, I think we can all agree or disagree with that. It's an opinion. The man's paid to give his opinions. But what I haven't liked from Carra is the jumping onto social media part of it. Talking about Salah fanboys, holding the club to ransom kind of stuff. Jumping in on Anfield sector and having a dig at them as well. Calling people clowns and... it's just no need for it. I don't understand what he's trying to do here. If I'm Salah, I'm probably trying to kick the club's arse into gear as well. And like I said, I don't remember the same furore or uproar when Virgil did it. when he was being asked by Sky before and he said, I haven't received an offer yet. I think for me, Carra's frustration should be aimed at the club for letting it get to this position. Because we are now 32 days or something away from him being able to sign a pre-contract to leave. So, you know, Jamie's entitled to his opinion. I very much disagree with it on this one. But like, as I said, it's the social media part afterwards. I don't know where he's going with it. Sorry if you've been asked this. At what point do we start questioning Hughes and Edwards? Also, love the content. So, do you know what? I'm going to read you through something in a minute that's made me sit back a little bit. Only on the Mohamed Salah contract, by the way. I want to talk about this for a second because Melissa Reddy has posted up some pieces today and it kind of made me think more about the complexities of Mo's deal. So if you look at his last deal that Rami Abbas-Issa negotiated for Mo to stay at Liverpool. Remember when he was on holidays? I think he was in Greece or somewhere, if my memory's right. And he said that was the most difficult thing he's ever done in his life. The most difficult negotiation he's ever done. And there was lots of intricacies to it. So it kind of got me thinking, let's say we get Virgil boxed off. Then it's the Trent situation where the club are probably waiting on Trent to make that, yes, I defo want to stay part. And Mohamed Salah is going to be a difficult negotiation. So all I can keep saying, Charlie, is I just don't understand why we're here as a club and how we've let it get to this point this late. But, you know, I'm going to try and give you now a reading of why it's so difficult, this negotiation with Mo, and then we'll go from there. Right, so Melissa Reddy has been tweeting a little bit about the situation with Salah, and I wanted to read through it because I think it's an interesting bit of reading, an interesting bit of journalism, and it gave me an insight into quite how difficult these negotiations are. So there will be the weighing up of what to throw at Trent Alexander-Arnold, chiefly the kitchen sink, for him to delay the desire to join Real Madrid, sign an extension and fetch a head-spinning sum if he does leave for Madrid. But then we move on to Melissa Reddy speaking about Salah, and she said, Liverpool have yet to make an offer they feel Mo Salah would consider or even just slightly amend. There is plenty of ground separating Salah and expectations and their allowance. Moving on from this, another piece said, Liverpool have the gigantic problem of Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold being out of contracts this summer too, and while the latter is the ace of Real Madrid's interest, or has the ace of Real Madrid's interest, sources maintain negotiations around Salah are the most complex given his worth. Goes on to say that Salah's ideal scenario is to continue firing Liverpool to silverware that will make him an offer that matches what he wants and will make it a reality. Melissa Reddy also said there had been a desire from both sides, Liverpool and the trio, to understand what Slots football would look like and how it would translate to them. Talks over new deals commenced in October. Liverpool remain calm over the situation. Melissa went on to say, when Klopp told FSG last November that he would be leaving, they could have pulled a fast one to tie down Trent, Salah and Van Dijk before they knew about the manager leaving. But that's not the way the club like to conduct business, so they wanted to be upfront and open with the players. So I think all in all, I'm a little bit more calm about Salah than the other two at this moment because of the complexities of it, and also where else is he going to go? I keep coming back to this about Salah as well. Like, Madrid don't need him. Barca can't afford him. He's too good to go to Saudi. I think everybody's finally saying, yeah, that Saudi, it's not going to be right for him now. Paris Saint-Germain are nowhere near where he'd want to be. And does he want to go and play in the French league? No, most likely. So I think the fact that you always read his family are settled, you know, his kids are in school in Liverpool, there's hopefully enough there from both sides for a compromise to be reached. And even on the last negotiation, one detail that came clear was even right till the very end, there was a gap, and a substantial gap between the two, and they figured it out. So let's hope we get that sorted because it just feels like the right play for everybody. Salah doesn't want to move, you can see that, and Liverpool can still rely on him putting up numbers. So I'm a little bit more optimistic, I think. But then again, ask me next week and maybe I'll change again.